And hi. It's kind of like departure day. And I just finalized my packing. Like, I just made sure that I have used everything that I need to use so I can just pack it into my luggage. And now I just gotta close up my luggage and lock my luggage and then head to the airport. So I'm about to get picked up in about 20 minutes, and the flight isn't until tonight. But you know, international, if you have been on international flights, you know you have to get to the airport like earlier than a lot of flight time. Luggage is ready to go. It is time to get picked up, waiting to get picked up, and then finally got to the Sydney airport. So had a bit of time just to soak everything in, like the fact that I'm on a trip right now to Hawaii. I got my boarding pass, I checked in my luggage, and then it was time to go through security, and of course had to have some footage of the iconic Sydney departure sign. Once I made it past security, I decided that I felt like so hungry, and so I went to KFC to order some food. And I know that this is going to be like my proper food because I know that I'm not a huge fan of airplane food. So while I had my KFC, I just chilled out. I had my headphones on, I listened to music, and listened to a podcast as well. And then I went to the store to get a Pepsi, and that was what I'll be drinking leading up to the flight because I wanted something that would energize me but not make me want to poop my pants. I read my book while waiting for my flight, and then eventually it was time to get on the plane, and I was so ready to start sleeping. So I got my passport all ready to go. I got closer to where the line was, and then made it onto the plane. So the plane was like my seat on the plane, it was like all the way at the back, so it was a bit of a walk there, but it was all good anyway. So this was my seat, 52A, and I got the window seat. And I was a bit like curious because there was no one sitting, and like the doors of the plane was gonna close soon, and then the doors of the plane closed, so that means I have the entire row of the plane to myself. Like, how cool is that? Like, I checked out the entertainment system to see what I'll be watching, like any TV shows, any movies, and also like any games. And I also started playing Sudoku. Like, I forgot how to play it, but you know what? That doesn't matter. And now we are on the air, and I just got settled, and I, of course, made the most of all the row seats. So yeah, I stretched my legs out. I slept for some of the flight, and then after I slept, I watched a couple of episodes of Friends because, you know, that's like my ultimate comfort show of all time. And then, you know, they gave out snacks too, which were also pretty good. And then they gave the airplane food, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but food is food, I guess. But my favorite food in the airplane was definitely the ice cream, so it definitely was quite fun. And the muffin was pretty good too. So yeah, that was the night of the flight. So I decided to call this day one because once the sun started showing, it was a new day. I did already go to the bathroom and put on a little bit of makeup so I feel a little bit more presentable. But yeah, as you can see here, we are getting close to Hawaii. How exciting! And yeah, you're able to see Hawaii from the airplane. And yeah, I was absolutely in awe because I'm like, I cannot believe I'm in Hawaii right now. We finally arrived, and I had felt the heat from the plane already. Everyone had to go take the shuttle and go through customs and immigration. I just got here, but the low-key was so bloody hot, and I'm trying to find rideshare. I can't find my rideshare. So I just kept walking, just finding at least a sign that says ride at pickup, and then I can find my direction from there. And after some more walking, I ended up finding it. So I walked towards there and booked my Uber, and then waited for my Uber, and I honestly couldn't wait to get into the Uber because I was feeling really hot. And then eventually I got into the Uber, and I got my first views of Hawaii. Like, oh my goodness, like I cannot believe that I'm actually here. This was unseen, but I got dropped off at the hotel, and because my check-in isn't until later, I just dropped off my luggage at the luggage storage. So I just put my luggage in storage. So I have 4 hours to kill basically have 4 hours to kill, but I think I'm gonna eat something because I'm kind of really hungry. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat before I do any walking around because I'm not gonna walk around while I'm hot and hungry. So I made my way to the Royal Hawaiian Center and look at these. I just cannot believe that I'm in Hawaii right now, even though it is really hot. So I followed Google Maps to lead me to the Royal Hawaiian Center, and of course I found some really pretty places along the way, but I was too hungry to stop and take a photo of them. So this video footage of me just taking a video of myself will be enough, I guess. But speaking of which, do not know what I'm gonna eat just yet, but I did hear that in the Royal Hawaiian Center there is a food court, so there will be plenty of options for me to choose from, but that could either be a good thing or a bad thing because I can be very indecisive sometimes. But then I noticed that we are getting closer to the Royal Hawaiian Center, but I think this is Kalakua Avenue or something. I am so sorry that I pronounced that wrong, please do not call me out. And we are here at the Royal Hawaiian Center, and then I had to take a video. First thing that I just want to do is eat something and drink something because I have no energy whatsoever. So I made my way up to the food court, and yeah, there were so many options to choose from. So once I made it to the food court, it was time to decide what I wanted to eat. I didn't really know what I wanted at first, but I ended up going over here for some Hawaiian barbecue. I ended up getting this rice bowl and it smelled so good, and I couldn't wait to try the soda as well because I heard so many good things about the soda. So yeah, here I am, my first official solo date in Hawaii, and yeah, I was just vibing, eating the food, drinking the soda, just chilling. And then I ended up just changing into my tank top because I was starting to feel so super hot, and I decided to walk around the Royal Hawaiian Center and check out what is here. But first, I made it all the way to the top because I saw that there was this really pretty view that I ended up stopping by to take some photos, and then I also took some photos here as well because why not? And yeah, I just keep on exploring what the Royal Hawaiian Center had to offer. I ended up just seeing some more places that I wanted to take some photos, and then eventually I decided just to walk towards somewhere else. I did take a seat halfway through because I was feeling so tired. So then I finally did some walking around because I did want to check out the Barefoot Beach Club. I ended up seeing this beach along the way, and honestly cannot wait to relax in the beach because it is getting so hot. But finally I made it to the Barefoot Beach Club. I ended up getting this non-alcoholic fruit punch, which was honestly so refreshing, and I just relaxed while reading the book. It's a confirmation that I can actually check it out even though it's an hour early. So I'm gonna make my way to the accommodation and freshen up because I feel disgusting right now. So I started walking and making my way to the accommodation. I ended up taking a longer way, but I didn't mind anyway because I am still new to Hawaii. I thought I'd go into the hotel first before picking up my luggage so that I don't have this extra stuff on my backpack. Okay, I'm in the room now. The first thing I saw, oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta, look at this. Oh, I'll give a little room tour, shall we? Oh, this is cool. And then this is the bed. And then that's the kitchen. And then I just put my stuff on the table. Alright, so I put all my bathroom stuff in the bathroom and my carry-on luggage here. I got my day bag, and I really want to go swim in the pool because it is bloody hot. So I am already. On that note, I think I maybe want to chill out with a book. Maybe. It's time to check out the pool, and I love the views. So I found a spot right in front of the pool to do some relaxation, and I brought my book with me, so I spent some time reading. I also got into the water as well, but you know, spent most of the time relaxing because it was some travel time that I did. I then checked out more of the pool deck and, like, you know, just falling in love with Hawaii in general. I am gonna charge this thing while I take a shower. Oh, this is my fit check. I got a swimsuit underneath in case of the rare occasion that I feel like swimming at the beach. And then I also have like some flip-flops in my bag. Well, I had decided that, oh my god, so bad. I had decided that because Ala Moana is like 25-minute walk, I don't think I'm gonna last 25 minutes. So instead, I'm gonna go to a food truck and see what food they have there. So I made my way down, and yes, every time I go to an elevator, I'm always doing this spot. Anyways, I walked across the street to go to the food trucks, and I took a long time. Like, I took forever to decide what I wanted to eat. Like, I think I saw like a group of people just like watching me go back and forth like so many times because I was just so indecisive. Like, do I want to have some prawns, but I'm having it tomorrow? Do I want to have a poke bowl, but I'm gonna plan to have it another day? But eventually I ended up settling to get some Mexican food. So there was this taco truck that I ended up having to try, and I ended up getting the spicy chicken tacos, and yeah, they were so spicy. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty chill. I found a seat and then I just ate my tacos in peace. So I guess this is like my first proper meal in Hawaii. So how fun is that? Yay! Oh my goodness. Okay, the food truck. Just across the street. Because the tacos were so spicy, I got 3, but I ended up eating just 2 out of the 3. The mouth is burning, so I went back here for the purpose of, first of all, this is going to be my breakfast for tomorrow because I'm not going to have time to have breakfast tomorrow. This is driving me nuts. And now I'm going to Ala Moana. So it is time to make my way to the Ala Moana Center, actually the Ala Moana Beach Park first, and it was actually a 15 to 20 minute walk, which was actually pretty good. Like, I don't mind walking that much, but yeah, I got to explore a little bit more of Waikiki in Hawaii, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it so far. And the weather is getting a little bit cooler, so I'm not sweating so much, and eventually I made it to the Ala Moana Beach Park. So it is pretty nice. It's pretty cute as well. My favorite part is the palm tree area. Like, it basically screams that you're in Hawaii. I did put my tripod down and take a few photos because the view is so nice. Once I was done, I went to the Ala Moana Center, and then I just walked around as well. And you know, I actually forgot that this was like an open air shopping center because I was expecting some aircon, but anyways, that is fine. Once I explored the Ala Moana Center, I decided to make my way to the beach, and I made my way towards Waikiki. I wanted to go to the Waikiki beach, but I ended up somewhere else along the way. So this was another beach that I saw. I forgot the name of this beach, but it wasn't Waikiki Beach. But I explored a little bit more of Waikiki area, especially the nightlife kind of thing. Like, there was like a lot of pretty nights, and I really liked the vibe there. And I just ended up back in the Royal Hawaiian Center because I started to feel a little bit hungry again, and I realized that I need to try malasadas. So I went to the ones in Penny's in the Royal Hawaiian Center food court. I ended up getting 3 different flavors, and I absolutely just fell in love with them. Like, they tasted so good, and I didn't realize how filling they would be. I explored more. I ended up also checking out the International Marketplace. I didn't realize that it's right across from the Royal Hawaiian Center. And then I finally made it to Waikiki Beach, but it was nighttime by the time I made it, but still, it was still so nice to see. I also put my tripod down to take some pictures and chill out a little bit, even though once I chilled for like a few minutes, it was already like pitch black. I'm a bit tired, so now I'm just working back. It is day 2. I woke up to watch the sunrise, and yeah, it was pretty much worth being an early person for this trip. And remember the tacos that I had last night that couldn't finish? It became my breakfast, and I had my breakfast while watching the sunrise. And then it was time to get ready and go to my all-day Circle Island tour, which is gonna be the entire day. So I walked there. My pickup venue was at the Ala Moana Hotel, so it took me like about 15 minutes to walk there, and I got to see some pretty cool things along the way. First of all, a lot of palm trees, and then also the Hawaiian Convention Center, which I found was pretty cool as well. I made it to the bus, and I was one of the first people there, so I got to secure a good seat, which was on the right side of the bus, because I heard that that's where the best views were, and they were totally right. Got to see a lot of ocean. The first stop was the Diamond Head State Park, so got to see there was an absolute stunner. And then the next place was the Halona Blowhole, so it was about a 20 minute ride. And I've got to admit that during the first hour of the Circle Island tour, I took a lot of footage from the bus, because I just honestly cannot believe how pretty this island is. Like, we're surrounded by ocean. I mean, duh, because it's Hawaii. But then we made it to the Halona Blowhole, and it was so refreshing, because I started to get a bit motion sickness on the bus, but like being near the ocean just helps relieve that. And the ocean, the blowhole didn't really like blow like a lot. Like, I guess, I mean, I did see it, but I didn't take videos of it. And also, it was like really windy, so a lot of the photos I took was me trying to fix my hair that it's not all over my face when I take the photo. And yeah, had a bit of extra time, so I got to see more. I got to enjoy the views a little bit more while waiting for everyone to get back on the bus and take the photos. And then it was time to drive off to the next destination, which happened to be a bathroom break. So the bathroom was where this gift shop was. So once I used the bathroom, I just checked out the gift shop. I didn't get anything at all. I didn't buy any souvenirs on this day trip anyways, but I got to see a lot of cool things, which was pretty fun. Then it was time to head back into the bus to get to the next destination, which were the tropical farms. And I was so excited to hear that they were gonna serve free coffee there, but actually it was actually like a free coffee station, which is so much better because it means it is unlimited. And yeah, the coffee was pretty good, and yeah, mahalo. So I just pretty much chilled there for a bit, and then when I went outside, there was this pretty backdrop. Oh, well, not a backdrop, it's real, but like it was so pretty. I had to take a photo in front of it, and while waiting till we get back on the bus, I just walked around the tropical farm, checked out some of the things that they were selling, had more of the free coffee, which, speaking of which, I'm definitely sure that it had energized me. So I continued to walk around and just check the place out, and then eventually we got back on the bus and made our way to this regional park that is known for, well, if you recognize the background, you would know. I took my pictures and I walked around, and I even chatted with a few people that were also on the tour bus, and they also made pretty good photographers as well. And it's pretty interesting just to know where people came from and why they ended up in Hawaii. Then it was time to drive to the next destination, so we made our way up to the North Shore, and we stopped at Tanaka Shrimp, and our food was already pre-ordered. So once we got there, we just were able to grab our food, which was amazing because the line was super long, and I was so excited to finally try my first garlic shrimp in Hawaii, and the meal tasted so good. I had a little bit of a walk around before getting back on the bus, and then the bus took us to this little farm that is known for its fresh fruit. So again, amazing, pretty views, and I wanted something sweet for dessert because I did have something huge savory, and I ended up getting this amazing banana bread. and it tasted so good. So once I got my banana bread, I walked around with it, I enjoyed the views, I took my time, and yeah, I also want to keep walking around so I don't end up in a food coma, because you can get so tired after lunch, I've got to say. Then it was time to head to the Waimea Falls, and I'm so sorry that this first timer in Hawaii keeps pronouncing all the places wrong. But anyways, we got to the Waimea Falls, and then we made our walk up to the waterfalls, and I am so glad that I had people to follow, because I just looking at it, I know that I would have gotten lost if I tried to navigate this place on my own. But eventually we made our way up and we saw the waterfalls and all of that, and it was absolutely so refreshing. There was a lot of people, but that didn't matter anyway, because I guess it saves you from drowning. I guess I didn't take any footage of me swimming, so here's some footage of me after I was swimming. Then it was time to head back into the bus. My tripod can work as a walking stick. So it is time to make my way back to the bus, and I was just feeling so tired after this, but we had a couple of more stops to do to get around the island. So we ended up in the macadamia nut house, which had so many nut samples to try out, and I was absolutely like in love. I was tempted to buy one packet, but I ended up not getting it. And of course, happy for me, they also served free coffee as well, and you know, I couldn't say no. Like, they were serving it, and I didn't even want to pretend that I'm like, oh no thank you, but you know, I literally just went for it, because why not? And then it was time to head to the last destination of the Circle Island tour, which was the Dole Plantation. And this is the one that I was so excited for, because I really wanted to try the Dole Whip, the pineapple Dole Whip. So this is some footage from the Dole Plantation, and then this is waiting for the soft serve, and it absolutely looks so amazing, and it tasted so amazing as well. So I walked around while having the Dole Whip, and then yeah, I didn't even take any footage from the ride back. But anyway, we got dropped off, and then I ended up in this little supermarket there. I don't want to pronounce it wrong because I don't want people to hate me. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of the Circle Island tour. I didn't take any footage on the way back because I was just so super tired, and yeah, I walked back to the Ala Moana Center because I was hungry for some dinner, and I ended up getting Jollibee, which was another thing on my list of things that I had to eat while I was in the United States, aka also Hawaii as well. And once I was done enjoying my meal, I still had some leftover drink because, you know, servings in America are so big. Walked back to my hotel. So I stopped by, I went back to the room just to rest up a little bit. So now I'm gonna go to Waikiki Beach and watch the sunset. Hopefully I make it. So I made my way down and walked to Waikiki Beach, which is actually a 15-minute walk, by the way. And I was actually so scared that I was gonna miss the sunset, but I ended up just getting there just in perfect time. So I got there, I found my spot, and what I was trying to do was to read my book and just stay there for how long my heart desired. And I ended up reading my book until it got dark, which was, I guess you can kind of tell that it was quite a long time. I also put my jacket on because it started to get a little bit more chilly. So I ended up walking to the Cheesecake Factory because I actually was planning on eating there, but they had like a fire thing going on, so no one could actually eat. So I ended up just getting some cheesecake to go instead and eat it while I was in the hotel room and just relax there. So once I got my cheesecake, I made the walk back to my hotel. Oh, I look like a hot mess, but my hair is currently wet, so I took a shower, I washed my hair, and now what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna have my cheesecake from the Cheesecake Warehouse. Yeah, I'm a bit excited to have this. Good morning. I'm gonna just get up and going because I'm gonna come back here anyway to get ready for the Polynesian Cultural Center. But of course, I'll look at the whole video shot of the view. There you go. Just gonna quickly brush my teeth, wash my face, and get changed into my swimsuit because I'm gonna go on a beach walk. We are ready to go. Next time to make the walk. So it was time to make my walk to the beach, and I kind of made it like I watched the sun rise up as I walked to the beach, although I kind of missed the actual sunrise. But that is all okay, so I ended up going to Kohio Beach, stopping by Waikiki Beach along the way, and I made my mission that every beach that I am in Hawaii, I make sure that I relax, chill with my book, swim. That's like the thing that I make sure I do every time I go to the beach. So I did exactly that, and once I had my beach time, it was time for breakfast. So I went to Duke's Waikiki because I had a 7 a.m. reservation there, and because it was breakfast, it was the breakfast buffet time, and I think I went for like 3 plates. Like the food was so good, and even though you can't see from like my views, like I did see the ocean from where I was sitting, which was great. So it was a pretty filling and satisfying breakfast, and once I was done, I walked back to my hotel and I got ready to go to the Polynesian Cultural Center. And of course I'm taking the bus there, so I got picked up again at the Ala Moana Hotel, and this is the big fat bus that was also picking up tons of people as well. And this time I also sat on the right side of the bus so I can get the good views on the bus there. So the bus ride was about an hour and a half, and it was pretty cool that the bus driver also gave us like some commentary, like a tour kind of thing while we were on the drive up, which was really good. And then we arrived at the Polynesian Cultural Center, and this is where we entered from. And because it doesn't open for like another 30 minutes, I just took my time walking around. I took some pictures and I checked out if there's anything that I want to eat, but to be honest, I was so full from the breakfast buffet that I just didn't end up eating anything at all. And then it was eventually time to go to the Polynesian Culture Center because the gates were officially opening. I took my pictures there as well. I got everything that I needed to do before the gates officially opened. I got the cool brochure, got to see some cultural dances, and then it was time to do the group tours. So we did the canoe ride, which was quite fun. That's what we started the group trip with, and then we just went around the many different kind of islands in the Polynesian Culture Center. Got to see a couple of cool shows, got to walk around more. It was bright and sunny. It was pretty good, and it was so fun so far. Also did like some dancing too, but I kind of looked funny while I was doing it. So another funny thing that happened is that while watching this outdoor show, it started raining, but we all got ponchos, so we were kept dry, even though like my face just wiped out my makeup at that point. It also rained so hard when doing the canoe ride as well, and I didn't want to use my phone while doing it because I was afraid I was going to drop it. We did some other fun stuff, like doing this art thing, which caused me to accidentally have tattoos, play some games, and then it was time for like a couple of more shows, and then it was time to head to the luau. So this was exciting. Like they gave you like a lei. They laid you with a lei, and then it was time to just eat with the buffet. But oh my goodness, this pineapple smoothie was absolutely to die for. Like I totally felt like I was in Hawaii. So the luau was great, got some good food, there was some good entertainment, and it was just pretty fun. Like I was told that you cannot go to Hawaii and not go to a luau. Like you need to go to a luau, and I absolutely had a blast. And also I got a little treat for saying that I graduated law school, so yay, at least, you know, I got something out of it because I came to Hawaii because I finished law school. And then eventually it was all done, and it was time for the last part of the night, which was seeing the show. And you can't do any filming with this show because of some rules, which is all okay, but I got some footage after the show finished. And then it was done, the night done. morning. So today I'm gonna go for a hike. I booked a reservation for Diamond Head. I gotta catch my Uber. So the Uber driver dropped me off here, and it was actually where the lookout was, so I checked that out first before heading to the Diamond Head hike. And in this footage I was talking, but I literally cannot hear what I'm saying because it was a bit windy, so I just silenced it for now. But what I did was just showed my pass, entered the park, and began the hike. And to be honest, I didn't even need to look at this map because all I did was just follow the people, and that is just like so helpful because you know you have a whole bunch of people around you in case you fall, but that didn't happen. On the way up, the views were so pretty. And I did take my time, like I let people pass me by, I drank water, I stopped to take a break so I'm not too tired, and then I finally made it to the top of Diamond Head, and the views were absolutely worth it. There was a line to take the pictures, but it was okay. I didn't mind it at all because I just spent the time just soaking in the view. Then it was time to go back down and head to my next destination. I was gonna go to a beach, but it's a 40-minute walk, but I'm walking 20 minutes to go to a cafe first, and then after I finish eating, then I will walk the rest of the 20 minutes to the beach. So I ended up in the Aloha Cafe. I got a pretty good breakfast and a refreshing pineapple drink as well. I enjoyed it. I took my time because I know that I'm gonna just break this off by going on another 20-minute walk. So the next 20 minutes was walking to the next beach, and yeah, basically in this beach I did the same thing that I have always done, which is relax, chill, read, and swim. And it was a nice little tiny beach, but it was so refreshing and cozy as well, and it just was so chill. Like even though it wasn't like the biggest beach, it was like a pretty chill beach, which is great. Now it's time to head to the next destination. So the other beach will be 40 minutes away, but again, the strategy that I use is walk somewhere for 20 minutes, and this one was Popeyes. I had my lunch, and this is something that I had to eat while I was in Hawaii, and once I was done with my lunch, then walked the rest of the 20 minutes to the next beach, and this beach was Queens Beach. So this is like exactly where Waikiki Beach is, so I'm a lot closer to where my hotel is at. And honestly, at this point I was like sweating and I was feeling so hot. I honestly couldn't wait to swim the moment I got there. And yeah, the beach was crowded, but you know what, I don't really mind anyway because I'm still gonna do the same exact thing that I've been doing on this trip, which is relax, chill, read my book, and swim. And that's exactly what I did. So I spent some time here in the Queens Beach and stayed here for however long that my heart desired. And then once I was done, the walk back is 20 minutes, but instead I ended up walking 10 minutes to stop by for some shaved ice at the Royal Hawaiian Center. So I'm still using the same strategy, but for a different time thing. And yeah, the shaved ice was absolutely amazing. So I'm currently in an elevator back in the building. It is almost 4 o'clock, and I'm done with swimming for the day, so I'm gonna take a shower. I do have church tonight, so I kind of want to just rest and relax for a little bit. So this is my outfit for church, and I didn't take footage at church, but after church I went to Zippy's, which is something that I had to try. I ended up getting the Korean fried chicken with the mac and cheese, which absolutely tasted amazing, and the liqueur drink was also so good as well. And then I ended my night stopping by 7-Eleven to get a few things. It is now day 5 of the trip, and this morning I went on a morning walk to Waikiki. If you have seen my past videos in my channel, one of my favorite morning habits is to do a morning walk. And while I'm here in Hawaii, it is still going on. So I had a little walk around Waikiki, but I had a purpose with this walk. The purpose of this walk is to find a place to get my bus pass, and I went to so many 7-Elevens and they didn't have it until I went to the ABC store. And they did have it, and I walked back to my hotel once I got it. Hi, today I'm gonna do the Pearl Harbor tour, which is something that was on my list for this one. So the only thing I'll be able to take with me is my phone and my wallet, so I'm not gonna bring a purse with me today. This was my outfit for Pearl Harbor, and once I was all dressed and ready to go, I walked to the bus stop. I did miss my first bus because I ended up on the wrong side, but I didn't miss the second bus, and I ended up making it to Pearl Harbor anyway. I guess that's my thing with public transport on buses, is that I just get so worried about which side of the road that you actually go on. But anyways, I ended up where I needed to be, right? So that didn't matter. I ended up going to Pearl Harbor. I made it to Pearl Harbor, and because it's free, like there wasn't any like entrance tickets or anything like that, so I just got to walk in. I did book a tour, and because I still had some time before then, I just walked around the Pearl Harbor, and this was like something that was on my Hawaii bucket list, so I was so glad that I was able to make it and check it out. And yeah, I got to take my sweet time while going through it, because yeah, it's something that I really just wanted to fully soak in. I had an iced coffee before going into the tour, and because out of respect and all of that, I didn't take any footage of that tour at all. But once I was done with the tour, I checked out more of the exhibits, and then I checked out the gift shop, got myself a couple of things, and then made my way back to the bus stop to go back to the hotel. I gotta say, the thing I hate most about taking public transport is finding the bus stop. But I made it back to my hotel anyway. I got dressed into my next outfit, and before I headed to the beach, I went to Ala Moana Center because that's where the bus stop will go from. And while I was there, I might as well have some lunch. And one of the things that Australia doesn't have is Olive Garden, and so that was what I had for lunch. So it was a pretty chill little solo date, even though this entire trip has been like a solo date anyway. But yeah, I absolutely love Olive Garden, like the bread and the pasta. Like my pasta is like one of my favorite things in Olive Garden, and it's what I missed about Olive Garden. So once I got my food, I had a nice little relaxing lunch because I know I'm gonna have a very long rest of my day ahead, because I plan to hit 2 beaches today, and like see how we go with that. I then went to the bus stop and took the bus to my first beach, and of course sat on the right side of the bus so I can get some good views. I ended up in Kailua in Hawaii, so it was a cute little town, and then I went to the Kailua beach and found my spot. And of course, as you know earlier from this vlog, I'm relaxing, chilling, swimming, and taking my time and staying in the beach for as long as my heart desired, even though I want to make sure that I am back on the bus by this, like before it gets dark, so I'm not wandering around in the dark. But once I was done with Kailua Beach, I went to the little town because, again, as you know, I have the strategy is that if it takes me 40 minutes to walk somewhere, I stop by somewhere that's 20-minute walk, and this was another shave ice, so I had a little shave ice break while I was just going there. I just chilled out for a little bit, because then I'm gonna walk another 20 minutes to the next beach. And there were so many like stops along the way, like it ended up becoming like 30-minute walk, because there were times where I stopped by because I found like a really nice view. Like there were so many nice beaches, okay? Like I have to stop, including this little lookout too. Like I had to stop and take some photos here and even chilled here for a bit. But I did eventually make it to Lanikai, a beach which was absolutely so pretty. And yeah, I took my pictures, and then it was time to again do the thing that I do whenever I'm in a beach in Hawaii, which is relax, chill, read, and swim. And I also got like super snacky as well, and I had a couple of chips. But anyways, once I was done, I walked back to the bus stop, and I made it just before it was nighttime, and I was so tired by then that I just grabbed something from this store. I can't pronounce it because I don't want people to like get mad at me, but I ended up getting a poke bowl as well as some sushi as well. And then I was just so tired that I just Ubered back, and then I had my dinner while I was in the hotel. And good morning. For the first time in this trip, I got to sleep in, and by sleep in, I mean not have to rush to get at the door at 6 a.m. because I had a reservation. Like, literally every single morning so far in this trip, I had a reservation. Monday, I had a tour bus reservation. Tuesday, I had the Polynesian Culture Center reservation. Wednesday, I had the Diamond Head reservation. Thursday, I had the Pearl Harbor reservation. So I thought, why not just for once, just actually wake up on my own terms. And I was afraid that I might end up sleeping until 10 a.m. But because I left the windows wide open and I just seen the footage there, like that woke me up at before 6 a.m. But I just stayed in bed a little bit, and now I just did my skincare, just brushed my teeth. Now it's 7:30. I'm gonna go for a morning swim and a morning walk, and then I'm gonna grab some breakfast. And then we're gonna do another beach hopping, but beach hopping yesterday was so tiring. I got dressed. I have my swimsuit underneath, and the first stop was heading to 7-Eleven just to get a few things, and then I made my way to Waikiki Beach because, you know, because I'm like near Waikiki Beach, like I should be going to Waikiki Beach more often. So of course, you know the drill. I'm chilling, I'm reading, I'm swimming, and of course had to have the soda. I then went to the international marketplace to go somewhere for breakfast, and I ended up in the bakery here. And yeah, I felt like something sweet and savory, so I got chicken karaage with waffles, and honestly, like, it made me so happy. Like my taste buds were satisfied and were having the time of their life. Once I was done with breakfast, I walked back to my hotel, and yeah. So I went home. I quickly washed up a little bit because I just feel so icky when I have sand all over my body. But I have just got to just get the rest of my stuff because we're gonna go on another bus ride to another beach. I walked to the bus stop, which was in Ala Moana Center, the same place as yesterday, and miraculously went on the right bus stop and on the right bus. We made it to the destination, and I knew it was the exact place because across the street was where the beach was, and I immediately recognized the entrance because I've seen pictures of it before, so I knew that I was in the right place. And honestly, this beach was so pretty. Like, it became one of my favorite beaches to visit in Hawaii. And of course, what I did here was the same thing that I've always done: rest, read, relax, chill. And I had like my leftover poke bowl from last night, and then it was time to walk back, and I was so super tired by the time I was on the bus. And once we got to Ala Moana Center, I just walked back to the hotel just to chill out for a bit. So I take a little bit of a nap when I go back, and now I'm heading out again because I'm in a different outfit, and I'm gonna go to dinner before getting some fireworks. I am all ready to go, but first of all, I stopped at 7-Eleven just to get one of my favorite drinks, which was like a fruit apple one that I wanted to try out, and then I went to the food trucks to try something else. Since it was just about to rain like a little bit, I didn't have my rain jacket, but I did leave it in a hotel, and because it's like food trucks, I thought, you know what, instead of eating outside, which probably maybe gonna rain, why not have it here? So this is what I got. I'm just gonna have it here in the hotel and then walk to... This is good. This is honestly so good. Like, honestly, the burger was so good. Like, I couldn't even finish it even though it was so good. Once I was done with dinner, I made my way to the Hawaiian Village because that's where the fireworks would be. And honestly, this place is so cute. Because I had some time before the fireworks, I just walked around and checked everything out, and the skies was getting so pretty. While I was waiting for the fireworks, I just sat down and just enjoyed the sunset, which was so pretty. And yeah, as you can see, there were so many people already sitting down and waiting for it. And then eventually, once the sun completely set and it was getting dark, that's when the fireworks were there. So this is the only footage I got because I was enjoying the rest of the fireworks. Once the fireworks were done, I continued to explore the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is so cute at night, and then I walked around Waikiki just to check out a few things. I did feel like having some dessert, like I did want something sweet, I ended up going to the Honolulu cookie company and trying out all the cookie samples, and I got so full from that I ended up not going to another dessert place. Good morning. I had another little sleep, aka sleep until 7 a.m., 7:30. Gonna chill at the hotel pool. I headed towards the hotel pool again, and just like I was in the beach, just chilling, reading, swimming. I also ended up in the jacuzzi as well, and it was honestly so relaxing. And yeah, I kept on getting tan because I loved being in the sun. Then I got dressed up because it was time to have some breakfast. I was feeling quite hungry, and I was feeling like I wanted to have Denny's, and I used to have Denny's all the time when I was a kid when I lived in Canada, so this brought back a lot of childhood memories. This was the breakfast that I ended up getting, and I felt so satisfied and happy with. Then I walked back to the hotel, got my stuff, and then walked back to the bus stop to go to the beach. I went to the wrong bus stop and I missed my bus, and the next bus isn't for another hour, so I'm gonna kill time around this area. Then it was good that the Royal Hawaiian Center was so close by, because at least I had some entertaining place to walk around. But first of all, I needed to get a drink because it was so hot, so I ended up getting a green tea sort of drink because why not? So that is what I ended up having. It was honestly so refreshing, and I was so super satisfied. I checked out the DFS store, which was really cute. I didn't get anything, but it was really cute. And then I did some more walking around before finally getting to the right bus stop to go to this beach. And yeah, it was a bit of a long bus ride, but honestly, there were so many pretty views along the way. Now, if anyone was gonna ask me what was my favorite beach in Hawaii, I will be telling them that it's this one, because the moment that I saw this place, like, it just took me a second to soak in how pretty this beach was. Like, the waves, like, I can hear the waves from where I was standing in this video. Like, I was honestly just like, I was like in awe. I took like some photos because I know that like my photos won't be looking good once I swim and stuff. So once I got my photos out of the way, I did the usual thing that I've been doing this entire trip, which is relaxing, reading, swimming, and I also had my leftover burger from last night for lunch, so that was pretty good as well. And then I stayed here, and I had to get back because I did have a dinner reservation at night that I need to make it back on time for, and I still wanted to freshen up beforehand, so I made my way back to the bus stop, the correct bus stop. And yeah, I was so tired at that day. Like, I was like honestly swamped, but you know, this is what the trip is all about, that I still felt relaxed, which is all that matters. So once I walked back to the hotel, I got dressed into something cute. The same thing I had yesterday, except instead of denim shorts, it was this really cute skirt. And then I walked to Lulu's Waikiki, which is where I booked my reservation to have dinner. And it was about a 30-minute walk, which I honestly don't mind because I've been walking so many times on this trip anyway. And I specifically picked Lulu's Waikiki just because I know I wanted to get a view of the sunset while eating, and yeah, it was so pretty. It was like a really good view, and the food was so good. Like, it was a pulled pork burger with pineapple and taro sauce on taro bun. Oh my goodness, I'm mixing it right, but yeah, I enjoyed the dinner while watching the sunset, and I was so happy. After that, I wanted to get some souvenirs, so I walked down around Waikiki. I checked out a couple of stops. There was some really good entertainment along the way, and I just love the entire vibe there. I also visited Waikiki Beach for the last time, and I kind of got sentimental because I've been seeing this beach like almost every day of the trip. And yeah, I walked around for as long as my heart desired before heading back to the hotel. Last day. I have church this morning still. And then come here and pack all this stuff. I got dressed up all for a church, so this was my outfit. And yeah, I took the Uber to church. I didn't take any footage of that, but after church I went back to Zippy's just to get a little sweet treat because I felt like something sweet at this stage, and I ended up getting this really cute heart-shaped donut, which is really amazing. I was pretty happy with it. And then I went back to the accommodation to pack all of my things and check out, and then it was time to head to Leonard's Bakery. Like, I had to make this stop while I was here, so I'm so glad that I did, to get some malasadas. And the Uber driver actually gave me some recommendations, and I took all those recommendations. I found a spot to sit to have those malasadas, and I didn't end up finishing it, but it's all good. I had some for tomorrow or tonight. Then I went to the grocery store just to get some snacks because I was feeling quite snacky. So I got these chips and the salsa, and then I just had that for a bit. I just sat down there before waiting to get picked up to go to the North Shore. So this was the Big Wave shrimp truck, and this was the food. Then it was Ted's Bakery, which was this really yummy and delicious cake. And then to Disney Aulani, which was also pretty as well. Like, this was not in my original plan to visit Hawaii, but you know, I love how spontaneous this was. Like, it's so cute and adorable. And yes, one day when I do go to Hawaii again, I definitely want to visit here. And then I just chilled out with the dog because, yeah, I promise you, even though he looks like he has a mad face, he was happy to be with me. And then that was my Sunday. Today I was supposed to be leaving, but my flight got delayed to tomorrow, so this is a bonus day in Hawaii, and spent most of the time in Ko Olina. So after having lunch, went back to Disney Aulani just to check it out again. And honestly, I just cannot get over how cute this place is. Like, I've got to go here the next time I go to Hawaii. So after checking out Disney Aulani for the second time, we went to the lagoons to have another day. So this is like the bonus beach day, which I was totally happy with. The lagoon was honestly so relaxing. I didn't bring my book this time. I just basically just closed my eyes, but not napping. Closed my eyes. So yeah, this was pretty much it. Like, I had some Kool-Aid and then ice cream afterwards, and then, you know, just chilled out at the house for a bit, and that was my bonus day. Day 10 is the final day, which means it's time to go home for real. So once I got to Honolulu, I got Starbucks for the last time, and then just enjoyed my final hour of Hawaii. So thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Out of here.